Hi, this is Amy with Sensorium Hypnosis. Welcome to my Healer Within podcast. I want to welcome my guest today, Michelle. Hi, Michelle. How are you today?
Hello, I'm well. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to let me interview you. Michelle's going to share more about her experience with hypnosis. And again, I'm so grateful for your time and your energy today, Michelle. I'm going to start out just with a very basic question, and that's Michelle, can you share with our viewers and listeners what inspired you to reach out and try hypnosis?
Well, I was so some I've always had this inside of I felt this limiting belief in myself that I wasn't enough and that but then at the and that was inside and externally I was trying to prove that inner voice wrong and and I kept just having different challenges throughout life. And I went into recovery. Recovery, as you know, is a big part of my story. But you know, I went through various levels of the 12 steps of recovery,
Mhm.
and just to get to the root cause of everything. And there's always there was just something missing.
Mhm.
And then I decided to, I been sober for at this point, I guess maybe it was 7 years, almost 7 years.
Wow.
And I decided that I was good enough to get my dream job.
Uh-huh.
And I was a financial advisor, but doing something in a different space. But the financial advising that I wanted to do required me to get my securities licenses. I already got a portion of them, but I needed to pass two more big tests. And those were the scariest tests of all. And I've been
Wow.
putting it off for years. And
Yeah.
so I was I failed the test the
Mhm.
first time I took it. And I was really struggling with that. And so I had a friend tell me, ask me, have you ever tried hypnosis? And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
I had, and it actually worked for, I had an eating disorder when I was younger. And I was like, Actually, come to think of it, I don't have an eating disorder anymore." That's what I went to see this woman for years and years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, so I thought, well, why not? I mean, at that point, I was quite frankly, I was desperate. I was just
Hmm.
desperate.
Hmm. I actually remember because this was going back, I think, to 2023. And I remember, I think you were calling me maybe even from your either your home office or your office. And you told me about this test and that you wanted to try hypnosis for this. And so we set you up and we began our sessions. And so you came into this process understanding that you had this self-limiting belief, right? That you're not enough.
Yeah.
And do you remember, this is going back a while, Michelle, do you remember some other self-limiting beliefs that you were faced with that you needed to overcome in order to get in the right mindset to pass this exam?
Yeah. Oh, I remember clearly. I didn't think that I was smart enough. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't think that my memory was good enough. I didn't think that, but more importantly, I just didn't think that I deserved it. And
Ah,
that's what it was. I really didn't feel like I had like I could be where I am today. I just didn't believe it was possible.
uh-huh. It's amazing. Well, and Michelle, I hope you don't mind me sharing something that's coming through in my memory from our sessions. And that's you telling me, like, I live in this apartment, I think, and I don't want to put my stuff away. Like, I don't want to make this my space yet. Let's
Yeah.
talk a little bit about that. Do you remember that? Not wanting to unpack things or put things on the wall,
Oh, yeah. 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 Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just didn't believe that it was real, right? Like I that I could um uh that I could and I'm having a hard time thinking about that and recalling what was going through my mind at that
Yeah,
very moment.
yeah. Well, I remember you telling me like, is this, am I safe? Is this going to be can I?
Yes, that's right. Okay, yes. Oh my gosh. That is so funny. I forgot that I even went through that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was powerful. I thought I was worried because I was like, wow, I don't know if I'm even going to, because if I didn't pass that test, that was the end of my career.
yeah.
I mean, I needed and in my career dream to be a full-fledged financial advisor with this company. Uh, and it's always been a company that I've wanted to work for. It was just that like it was just this shining light that I just didn't really think that I could get, that it was actually it was very dim until we started talking and it became
Uh-huh.
brighter and brighter, you know.
Incredible.
And
It's amazing what my brain will attach onto. I won't remember what day it is or what year it is, but I'll remember certain benchmarks or situations that my client is enduring and how their success story, how they overcame it.
yeah.
So, Michelle, fast forward to that exam. Tell our listeners and viewers what happened.
Well, I called in all of my dead relatives like you told me to do. No, no, that's going really, that's fast forward. Okay, but really, so I was studying, I studied, I did, I mean, I felt clarity. So what happened was while I was studying through the studying process, because a lot of what I needed to do was the work of studying, of course. It wasn't just the test wasn't going to get passed by its on its own, but I had so much more focus and clarity while studying. And then, so when I walked into that to take that test and I sat down, I was confident.
Wow.
I was, I was, I was so much more confident and I felt like I was ready. I felt like I was more ready than I'd ever been before. And now this was my final test. So just to kind of give the audience context, I needed to, I failed it the first time, didn't come see you because I didn't know about you. Failed it the second time, then I came to see you.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was able to also study the correct way, clear my mind. You were able to help me uh, attack some demons that I didn't even know I was slaying
Mm-hmm.
deep down and was able to walk in there into the test center with confidence. And if I did not pass that test, they were going to let me go.
Mm,
Yeah, I mean, it was because they just I couldn't stay because there would have been a 6 month waiting period at that point.
mm, mm. Wow. Michelle, if correct me if I'm wrong, but you found out you get scored right away.
Yeah,
And do you remember reaching out to me?
yeah.
What was that feeling like?
I was amazed. I couldn't believe I actually did it. I mean, I could, but I couldn't. I mean, it was that feeling of, whoa, this is the turning point. This is my life is going to dramatically change
Oh,
because
mm-hmm.
I knew that even though I had one more test,
Uh-huh.
I knew that I had the tools to make to make my to transform a lot of limiting beliefs that I had and that spilled over. Not just it wasn't just about the test, as
Uh-huh.
you pointed out in our sessions, and And our sessions weren't even about the test. There's nothing about the test.
Isn't
It was
that
all
amazing? It's just
right.
a symptom.
Right.
It's just a
That's all
symptom
it was.
of
Yeah.
a lot of layers,
It was a lot of
right?
layers.
A
But the
lot of
feeling,
layers.
yeah, and I can't, I mean, I still remember where I was. I still remember, I mean, I think you were the first person that I contacted and because I was just like, we did it, and you're like, you did
Right?
it.
Exactly, right? Michelle, those kinds of moments live in my heart forever. I mean, you are the reason I do what I do. And just to be clear to our audience, I had no doubt in my mind the moment we connected that Michelle is indeed a light worker. And so I want to shine a light on that, and I want to dig into an interesting topic that you and I explored, and that's how does the profession of being a financial advisor change when you're looking through a spiritual lens and you understand your soul's calling? Can you share more about your epiphany?
Well, yeah, because you were asking me questions, which were really good questions about why this company, why
Yeah.
why this profession, why this position, why? And getting to the core of that and realizing me as a light worker now that I know that that is the case, and I feel that to my core that I'm helping so many people on such a deep level that is I received a lot of poor guidance from when it came to financial advice in the past. A lot of people wanting to really sell things
Mhm,
and knowing that this company that I was going to work for did not have that model, and
mhm,
that their model is really is deeper, and it's more of planning for their future and even filling in gaps where they need the help
mhm,
and providing this service. And what we do day in and day out, they want us to be educated, they want us to be able to have the answers, they want us to have a team of
mhm,
of specialists that to help, and it doesn't cost them anything, which for
mhm,
me, if you're a financial advisor, I always thought even fee-based planning and different things like that in my former profession I always had a hard time with. And so um really it just it and they're the thought of just helping more people, and that's how I show up every day now. I show up for my clients, I show up for my for me as a colleague, as a leader of sorts, and then I also it spewed over into me as a mom. I mean, I'm a single mom, and so the income, and like we had talked about, the income will come. That will come. When
right.
you're passionate and you enjoy what you're doing and you believe in helping people, and
Mhm.
you're doing a service for these people, it'll just come.
Yes.
And it has, and I mean, I'm beyond my wildest dreams.
Oh,
I've not experienced, I mean, I'm doing what I love,
mhm.
and I feel like I have a friend that plays bass for he actually plays for the Beach Boys. And he
Wow.
says, and I remember I was envious a little bit when he said one day, he goes, I wake up every morning and I feel like I'm getting away with something. And I wanted to be there.
Yeah.
Today, Amy, I'm there. I
Oh.
feel like I'm getting away with something. I love what I do.
Mhm,
It's so much fun.
mhm.
The biggest complaint I have is that I sit in a chair a lot more, and now I just need to buy a standing desk because
That's right.
sometimes my IT bands are a little tight, but
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's the worst that it gets, right? I mean, but I'm also able to, I have the tools that I learned from you to be able to focus and be calm and present and when because it's not nothing's roses. It's not all,
Sure.
things happen, right?
Right.
Things happen but the way I handle things now, the way I can show up for my team, and my team meaning my little boy, my mom,
Yeah.
my colleagues, my clients.
Oh,
I mean, it's a different experience because I can, uh, I know, and you also, I think what also happens is you start recognizing when you start to get off, like you start to float and you're
hmm.
starting to, maybe your ego starting to get a little, getting in the way
Yeah.
or there's, but you can recognize and problem solve differently.
Oh,
Yeah.
completely.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah, pretty profound. So
Pretty amazing. Well, and Michelle, I hear you say a lot of things. And one is that, success, including financial success, is the byproduct of having a soul aligned profession,
yeah.
right? And following your calling. And the other piece of it is when you're living authentically and making intentional choices, that nothing is too much.
Yeah.
Nothing is too much. You're coming at these decisions you're making each day, and you're navigating both your personal and professional life in a more focused, grounded fashion,
Yeah.
having done the deeper work that we've done here. And also some of the other self healing modalities I know you've woven into your lifestyle practice. Michelle, what can you share with other professionals who are in high octane, high pressure, high stress jobs in terms of the value of hypnosis? What would you want them to know?
I would say just do it. Don't question it. Just do it. I mean,
Mhm.
have your set up a meeting with you.
Mhm.
Amy is you'll be able to tell. You'll
Mhm.
be able to tell just having a conversation. You'll be able to tell where you can help. And
Mhm.
I think that I overthought it. So just don't overthink it. Don't overthink what will hypnosis do for me. It's not like it is in the movies. It's what I mean, or I know that my fear at first was what would hypnosis do to me? You
Mhm.
it
Yeah.
doesn't, it's what it's going to do for you. And it is life changing.
Mhm.
And I can't, and all the work, the other thing is that it was just, I went on your website and I looked at the reviews and those are really, really, and I can tell you every one of those reviews, I read them all. Everyone, after I had my own experience, I was like, yes, whoa, yes, it was like, I've done years and years of therapy. When you're in recovery, you have to sit with your sorry.
It's okay.
You have to sit with your
I
stuff.
cater to a liberal crowd, so you can
Okay,
bring
good.
my
You
yes.
do. You have to sit with your shit a lot. And without being able to mask it with anything, you
Yeah.
have to really you have to feel your own pain. And sometimes you try to push it away. You try to pretend it doesn't exist. And what happens is that it just ends up, it boils over and it comes out in different ways. For me, it was I couldn't pass a test. For
Mm.
me, it was also that I was not able to, I wasn't, I didn't think I was going to be good enough for it to be this successful in my career. But, but looking, just experiencing what I experienced, I mean, I remember thinking somebody had mentioned how it was just like years and years of therapy
Mhm.
in just a few sessions with you. And that is 100% the truth. I mean, I, I've been through a lot of therapy. I've gone through the 12 steps of various addictions that I've tackled,
Mhm.
right? That it's just like whack-a-mole, why I picked one
Right.
and another showed up. And and this deep therapy, if I would have done this sooner, I
Mhm.
think that I probably would have, but I can't shit all over myself, right?
Right, right.
But I I I did it when I did it when I was called to do it, and when I was called, I just acted. So if you have that feeling, if your gut is telling you to do it, just do it. Don't hesitate, just do it. That's
Complete.
what I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. Initial impressions. Absolutely. Well, into divine timing. And because we can also be the greatest barrier to our own progress, with our choices or lack thereof. And, playing into the trauma mindset and all those things. Michelle, this has been such an amazing interview, and you have shed so much light on this, mystical process. And it really is about helping my clients ignite their inner healer, and to connect with their higher mind, that is of unlimited potential, that has proactive solutions for everything, that is the manifesting master of all things. In closing, now this is a tough one, but I know you can do it. I want to start a sentence, and I would love for you just to spontaneously finish it. I have changed because now I know. What do you know from this self-healing journey, Michelle?
I know that I'm capable of achieving all of my goals and
Mm-hmm.
my dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it in my core. I know it. And also I I can help other people. I can help other people and guide other people in the best way possible because I'm doing the I'm doing what I know my sole purpose is set out to do.
Oh, it's amazing. Oh,
Yeah.
what an incredible journey. Michelle, this has been honestly an incredible interview with you today. I so honor and cherish your light worker energy. I'm excited to send some clients to you in the future, because I probably have more successful female entrepreneurs in this role than ever before. And I really cherish the opportunity to serve as a cheerleader, and I appreciate all the light you shine into the world in the great work that you do in the financial industry. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your time today.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you. Thank you, Amy. Thank you for the work that you do because
Mm,
well, I can tell you that if I did not meet you, I don't even know if I'd be here today
mm.
in this position. So,
Oh,
thank you very much.
Michelle, that's such a beautiful, humbling message for others to hear. And trust me, I hold that in my heart always. And again, I appreciate you. Thank you again. I want you to have a wonderful day, and just keep doing the amazing work you're doing in your field.
Yeah, well, I mean it. So, thank you. Yeah,
All
thank
right.
you.
Thank you,
Okay,
Michelle. Take care.
you too.
Bye now.
Bye.